What's up everyone, it's day 83 in the Big Brother house and there is not much time for game left, but there is time for a final head of household to be crowned. So before we actually get there guys, we've got some more updates to get through, so welcome to your live feed update. Right before we get started folks, please hit the subscribe button if you are new around here and also click the like button and hit the bell icon to get notified every single time a brand new upload goes live on the channel. We start the day off with Cody telling Nicole about a strange dream he had had the previous night. He was saying that there was people that were not house guests that were talking about Davon and nobody would talk to him. Everyone was shunning him basically. And obviously I know a lot of people say that dreams can reflect what you're thinking about in the daytime whilst you are conscious. And obviously, you know, this could relate to maybe Cody's panic about getting a jury vote. He may feel that Davon isn't going to give him her jury vote. And that could really be sort of filtering in there. It could have been anyone. It could have been Memphis. It could have been Danny, it could have been David, but it's Davon. So obviously, or the assumption would be that Cody is definitely playing in his mind that he's either definitely got Davon's jury vote and he's relying on it, or he's panicking about not getting her jury vote. Meanwhile, I've seen everybody campaigning for their America's Favourite Player in the comment section yesterday. Please feel free to do it again today. Use the comment section as an essential place for you to go, I want this person to win America's Favourite Player. And this is why they should. Go your own way, guys. You know, you're campaigning for your favourite. I want to see who's got some good campaign skills. Just go for it and campaign. It doesn't matter if you want Enzo to be, or Davon, or Janelle, or Kesa, or Kevin, or whoever you want it to be. Just let me know in the comment section below, guys, and persuade other people why they should be voting that person for America's Favourite Player. Nicole, Cody and Enzo had a discussion about Memphis at some point in the morning when they were sort of saying that Nicole was saying Memphis lied to her multiple times. Cody was saying that he was way too arrogant, that he just didn't play the game until the end. And then Enzo was just agreeing with everything that was being said, really. So it seems as though opinion has totally shifted on Memphis, definitely outside of the house, but also within the house. And I don't really know who Memphis is going to vote for in the end. I'd say it's leaning towards Cody the most. But as you know, house guests can often head to the jury house and you think they're voting one way, and then the next thing you know, they come out the other end of the jury and their minds have been totally flipped. But I'd say for now Memphis would vote for Cody should Cody make it to the end, which is extremely likely now that Cody and Nicole are facing off against one another in part 3 of the final head of household competition. I mean, Nicole is definitely going to be the person who wavers the most. I think she may cut Cody because we know that Nicole, especially in this game as well, she hasn't done anything all season long, or just relied on a sort of a mediocre social game, and this isn't discrediting her at all, but then all of a sudden in the final few weeks she starts doing stuff, and I respect that massively. And the fact that she's a winner as well, who's still in the game, she's doing something right, so I'm not discrediting her one bit, and I've got to applaud her for that. So well done, Nicole. But at the same time, she could seal her own fate by taking Cody to the final 2. I think it's definitely up in the air. Nicole could still clinch the win off Cody, but I think she's going to have more of a challenge beating Cody than she is Enzo. Flip it on the other side, if Cody takes Enzo, he has easily sealed the victory in my opinion, and if he takes Nicole, very similar to the other scenario. It's loyalty, but he may just lose the game over it, but I'd say the odds are in Cody's favour. Leading on from that, guys, I'm going to throw it to you. Who do you think Davon will vote to win Big Brother 22 when she casts her jury vote? If Enzo makes it to the final 2, will it be Enzo? If Cody makes it to the final 2, very likely, will it be Cody? Or could it be Nicole she could vote for if she makes it to the final 2? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Nicole has been talking for multiple weeks now, even whilst Christmas was in the house, about how she feels very sort of annoyed, and she can't believe the fact that Christmas sort of ran to her for safety when she was head of household, when Christmas had tried to evict her in the triple eviction, and they sort of concluded on they think that Tyler persuaded her into it and talked her into it, and Christmas regretted it afterwards. But I think Nicole just found it very random that Christmas came begging for safety and being all nicey nice to her when Christmas had literally tried to vote her out in the triple. Reflecting more on Memphis' game, Enzo was saying that Memphis actually did hide behind Keisha and Nicole Anthony and Janelle and Kesa in the first few weeks, and that's how he managed to get that far. And to be honest, it sort of did seem the case, because whilst he was there doing this big dictatorship head of household reign, he was getting very pally with Keisha. He'd been on a season with Keisha, then he got very sort of friendly with Nicole Anthony. She went out the door. Same with Janelle and Kesa. He put up this pretense that he was basically very tight with them, and that he, you know, old school, you know, stick together and go at the end. The next thing you know, they're out the door, and then Memphis was all of a sudden left stranded. Everyone pretty much turned on him, but he still manages to make some sort of little pockets here and there where he can spread doubt about other house guests so they'd get evicted, and Memphis actually made it all the way to the final 5. So I've got to say, everything else aside, and I know a lot of people don't like that, and I'm sure a lot of you agree with me when I say everything else aside, Memphis did quite a big and impressive job. The fact that he was sort of public enemy #1 after week 2 when he had done this dictatorship HOH reign and still managed to get to the final 5. Preparing for the final two, Nicole was practicing her winning speech, essentially, or the one that she's going to pitch to the jury to try and win the game in one of the bedrooms earlier in the day. And she was sort of saying, you know, she spent 254 days in the house, more than any other house guest in Big Brother history. And she was saying it's not by chance, because she believes she's genuinely played a great game. And she's sort of saying, you know, I brought Cody to the final two. So there we go, guys. We pretty much have confirmation that if Nicole wins final three, she is going to take Cody to the final two. That could be a fatal error for her game. Yeah, I mean, that's that. I mean, let me know what you think of that, guys. I really do think she's sealing her own fate by taking Cody there. She still stands a chance. Don't get me wrong. She can still win the game, but she can solidify her victory if she takes Enzo to the final two, I believe. I don't know, though. I mean, let me know what you think, guys, as I say. But she would continue to talk about her game and sort of saying about the 254 days she's played and saying how she's aligned herself with, you know, Danny, who's this social butterfly, and Cody, who's the comp beast, and Ian, who's the brains, and Christmas, who's the badass female competitor. All what Nicole said, and she was sort of just really sort of saying these people have. Well, she didn't use them as a shield, but she sort of selectively picked these people out that would benefit her game the most, thus got her to the final two, and that's how she's played an impressive game, especially as a winner as well, to still not manage to get to be voted out until, well, not voted out at all this season. You know, she's very likely not going to go in the final three unless Cody goes rogue and wins the final head of household competition and chooses to evict Nicole. Just not going to happen. So I think Nicole basically has a solid place in the final two, so it's right that she's practicing her speech, but can she impress the jury and can she get the votes to become the Big Brother 22 All-Star champ? Towards the end of the evening, there was a booze delivery, so the house guests pretty much just had a little bit of a boozy evening, and not too much booze going on, but they played some backgammon, some chess, had some nice food. Nicole talked about a podcast. Cody was doing Ace Ventura impressions. Just lots and lots of fun things for the final few nights in the Big Brother house. It's crazy that it's day 83. Obviously, that means, you know, day 83 will be today, then day 84 tomorrow, and then the finale on day 85. Crazy, crazy times, guys. It's finally coming to an end, and we will know who the All-Star champ is. To sum everything up, Nicole and Cody will face off against one another in the final three, or the part three of the final head of household competition. So Enzo can do nothing but wait now and decide and see what his fate will be decided by either Nicole or Cody. Let me know who you want to win the final head of household competition. Who do you think will win the final head of household competition? And eventually, who would you like to win the game? Because, as we said earlier, Nicole is very likely going to cut Enzo, as she confirmed pretty much in practicing her speech when she was like, I brought Cody here to the final two. Sort of confirms it there, guys. And then we've got Cody, who I'm sure just has as much loyalty to Nicole as Nicole has to Cody. So Cody's going to cut Enzo as well. So Enzo has waited 10 years to place third place again. Enzo, you've entertained it all season long, but you really should have made those moves whilst you could have done. When you had power, you could have split the house up and really and really changed things up. And then all of a sudden in final four and final three, he realised, oh no, maybe Cody needs to go, and now it's too late, Enzo. So unfortunately, you seem to have shot yourself in the foot, and I take no happiness in saying that whatsoever, Enzo, because I think a lot of us were rooting for you, but you've essentially played yourself meow meow. But thank you for entertaining us all season long, but you are very likely heading out in third place unless something goes rogue or something goes totally not to plan. But as we say, guys, let me know who you would like to win the final head of household competition, Nicole or Cody, and who would you like to see win the game by taking that other person to the final two. That is all of your game updates for today, folks. Thank you ever so much, everyone, for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I hope everybody has enjoyed watching the video too. But guys, please check out the description below for a few fun interactive features where you can follow me on Twitter. You can also follow me on Instagram, and you can also become a patron of TV Talks with Tom, guys. But again, thank you so much for watching, everybody. I hope everybody enjoyed watching, and please let me know your predictions and hopes and everything in the comment section below. Campaign for your America's favourite player, guys. I know it's not a huge outlet, but I know a lot of people do go into the comment section, so please campaign for your favourite. This may just be a chance to persuade someone to throw another 10 votes for the person you're rooting for. All you have to say is, I want this person to win because they made this move, they did this in the diary room, they entertained me, this was my favourite moment for them. You may just sway some people, so go for it, guys, because you know, we've got one chance a year to vote for our America's favourite player, so make it count, unless we've got two chances should there be a celebrity season or something like that in January, guys. But go for it, and obviously as I always say, have a good old conversation with a fellow Big Brother fan, guys. But again, thank you so much for watching, everybody. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. Do all of that stuff. But until your next live feed update, I've been your host, Tom Vasey. Good night.